Honestly, man, this streaming has really kind of helped me so much, bro, without trying to sound corny,
Doesn't matter. They're not playing on it.
because I think the pressure of having a company that
But I mean, imagine
relies largely upon,
the pros
you
not
know,
playing on that patch. So.
what I do every single day, and I think it's a good thing and a bad thing that I'm such a definitive part of 100 Thieves. Like, sometimes it's a lot of pressure, and the last like 6 months of 2023 were really tough because I kind of reached a breaking point on
Oh my God, Canes in Dallas, Texas.
what my role and what I did for 100 Thieves actually was, because I've been doing it for 7 years might not seem like a long time, but for me it felt like an eternity. A lot of highs and a lot of lows, and for the first time in a long time I was getting like really bad anxiety, and you know how I would tell you guys, like, I'm stuck on this loop. I'm hyper fixating on these small details.
I know.
If you think I can hyper fixate on small details with my stream and YouTube, bro, like, just imagine like what happens on 100 Thieves. Like, listen, I'm not acting like I work super hard and
GG, I just beat you. Hey, GG's, man.
am always like working myself to the bone with 100 Thieves. That's not necessarily the case from like physical interaction, like rolling my sleeves up and getting shit done. My problem is that since 100 Thieves, like, I'm in a unique position where I have such a unique perspective on our business, because like we've got the board, right? Which is a group of people that have a lot of like opinions and judgment on the decisions to make and things that we do. And then you have the investors, who I don't really speak with at all. The board is a representation of those investors, but I'm thinking about what are they thinking about this business. And then you have like our executive team that needs to get these things done, and this is how they think things should be done. But they can't get any of these things done without getting an approval from me. And half the time I'm like, yo, listen, we got you here as business leaders. Like, you don't need to get everything approved that we do.
They got their dub.
You know, I trust you. That's why we hired you. And then something happens that I didn't see before it went out, and I'm like, yo, why would we do it this way? So then we have an entire back and forth on this. And I'm like, yo, it might not be that important or seem that important, but to me, it's so important.
Alrighty.
And then it would just create more work because we're having a meeting about a meeting. And then, this creator's unhappy about something. And then the esports team is unhappy about something, and this, that. It just, I was running myself into a ground, because like I would just sit in bed day and night just thinking about 100 Thieves. And it was kind of driving me crazy, bro. It was.
I didn't see him, but Seth was telling me they were crazy.
And I'm trying to get better about just detaching myself emotionally and just being and having like an objective
If I wanted to win every game, I would.
take.
I am not concerned with winning every game.
And the only person I could really talk about it with was my wife. Because, there'd also be problems with like personnel. And it's like I can't talk to anybody at 100 Thieves, like other employees, about this situation that we're dealing with this other employee, because like you just can't do that. No matter how good of friends you are, you're just like,
you having an all right
you're kind of on an island as like the CEO.
Guide for 100
you have to make
work?
decisions
For example, the foundation's
by yourself. So I would just sit here and like talk to my wife about all these things that were driving me crazy.
Doesn't use traditional US measurements.
Yo, brother, Anonymous, brother, you should go to our subreddit to talk about the size guide for 100 Thieves. I literally, we have done so many iterations of apparel. I have no clue how they guide and judge their metrics for the size guide. But yo, we were posting on our subreddit with every drop and with the sizing guide. But I can't sit here and answer that question for you right now, brother. I have no fucking clue.
Is everyone okay, Twitch chat?
You playing with Compy today? Dull, no, I don't know if I'm actually going to play it all. I might in just chat, because I have to get off in like 2 hours.
Yay, wall. Woo.
Do you feel like you have an issue with the COS who can filter shit for you, or is it
Don't worry,
a solved problem?
Everything's going to be fine.
You have an issue with a COS?
Jesus.
Chief of Staff? Honestly, John was kind of like the chief of staff. John did a really good job of
Chad, do you guys like in the game? I don't know if I do.
trying to filter things for me. Like, it's definitely, John's not here anymore, and now I don't have an assistant anymore, so it's certainly, like, my wife's been kind of being the filter in between 100 Thieves and me. But, you know, my wife's got a full-time job. I don't ever, like, my wife is actually really good. She's, like, the organized individual in our relationship, in our household. But I don't want any lines to get blurred, like,
I don't mind both, but I think having the map change is sick.
I love my wife, but she needs to be my wife and not, you know, like an employee. So I'm trying to avoid that. And we talk about it openly. Like, we communicate really, really well. But yeah, like, to be honest with you, Ben, I'm trying to take more of a step back more than anything. Like, I'm not trying to hire like a chief of staff or anything like that. I really want. I think the perfect situation. You ever thought about stepping away? Yeah, for sure. Not stepping away from 100 Thieves, but stepping down as a CEO. Like, right now, we're kind of experimenting with what 100 Thieves would be like without me as a CEO and, like, the day-to-day operations. Because I think in a lot of ways, I need to be a fan of 100 Thieves first to be good at what I do and deliver what I need to deliver for 100 Thieves, because it's like fans only see the good things that are happening at the business, but like if you go through like the last 2 years where we've had a lot of bad things happen, you know, with layoffs and, you know, partnerships not re-signing and, you know, just market conditions have changed. It's really hard for me to like create content every single day and be like an entertainer when I have the weight of all of these things not going well and all of these problems at the business that I don't actually think I'm equipped to answer or help or change. I just like, it's, I'm in a weird position where I've like, I have a look behind the curtain and I have to go on a podcast or go on stream or go on video immediately after talking about like laying off this employee who's literally going to be filming the video for me. I really would love to be in a place where I could be like the front man 400 Thieves and be like, you know, like what is for Optic, but for 100 Thieves without a lot of the day-to-day operations and that responsibility, because I just want to be a fan of the brand rather than like having to handle these very heavy topics and decisions, bro. It's just a lot. We'll see, man. I don't know. We'll see where time kind of brings us. Hey, Octane, you fuck. You need to hire an operator? Yeah, we had one, bro. We worked together for 7 years, and it was really, really good.
Nah, Jeremy.
I wouldn't want to work at 100T without you as a CEO. Yeah, I mean, I understand where that might come from, but it's not like I wouldn't be a part of the business.
And they're throwing another wall down. Oh my god, there's 4 of them on their team, dude. God, mates.
Courier, thank you very much for the prime, brother. Kyle Games, appreciate the subs, man.
Like I want to finish this daily and get my faction unlocked, but I want to use hacks so I can ruin these guys' day. But alas, I cannot. Oh my god. Can you save my... He's behind me.
It's possible to fall in love with these things as a CEO. Dealing with people and hard decisions can be fun. I've run some businesses, and personally, I loved coaching employees and making decisions. Yeah, I don't enjoy that, brother. I don't enjoy doing those things, man. Like, it's not what I'm good at, bro. I really just like making content, brother. Like, I love. This is really all I've ever known, and it's what I'm good at, bro.
Can you save?
I actually like dealing with managerial day-to-day like employees. Like I do get satisfaction when somebody asks me for help and I'm able to help them. But I actually don't think coaching like employees at 100 Thieves is really what I should be doing. You know, it's, I don't know. A lot of these topics are like very nuanced and very specific to me. So I appreciate everybody jumping in on the conversation and asking questions and making suggestions. Like, this is exactly why I'm doing this. Just kind of talking out loud and yapping away, man. It's cool to see people care enough to want to add their 2 cents in. But, you know, I'm in a pretty unique situation that there's just not a lot of history or there's not like a roadmap that I can follow or like a precedent that's been set. Think like somebody like Hector, or it's like the best person to compare myself to. And I've actually reached out to him a lot in the last year about advice, like how would he handle this, or what would he do about this? Yeah, this is a little Twitch therapy, bro. This is nice. Imagine how much more complicated this conversation would be if you were a publicly traded company. Bro, I would never in my life be a part or I would never be the CEO of a publicly traded company. Ever. Ever, bro. Chad, is he stepping down? No, I'm not stepping down as CEO right now. I think there will be a time where I won't be the CEO of 100 Thieves. I don't know when that will be. But it doesn't mean, if anything, my involvement would be, I would be more involved with 100 Thieves away from that CEO role than I would be with it. Matt, your voice is crazy good. You should do podcasts, dude. You just jerked my brain off with that comment, brother. Thank you. Because I actually hate hearing the sound of my own voice. What cameras are you using on your Nadeshot's IG? Nah, man. Yo, Matty K, I appreciate the question, bro. I watch all your shit when it comes up on my page. That's the Leica Q3. Leica Q3. Previously, but only the last photo is the Q3. Everything else was the Q2. They're basically the same camera. Honestly, I don't even know why I bought the Q3. Like, yeah, it's nice to have like faster transfer and the Wi-Fi and everything, but the cameras really aren't that different. I'm going to sell the Q2 or return the Q3. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I feel very stupid for buying that camera when I didn't really need it. I just thought it was going to be an upgrade. I'm like, I'm going to sell the Q2, but I think I need to get like an M11 or something, bro, and really try to change the way that I shoot photos.
I get put on a Mayday, bro. And I get put on a Mayday.
You're rich, that's why you bought it?
Oh my God, I don't want to quit the day.
Jesus.
Great master buns.
Whoa.
Buddy. The bottom of this bottle.
No, it's the same way, bro. Like, if you make videos or you make photos or take photos, again, for me, you know, sometimes you just need to buy something new to, like, bring the back. And listen, bro, I understand buying a Leica Q3 is, like, the craziest statement for me to say, like, oh, I just needed to motivate myself by buying a $6,000 camera. Listen, bro, we're going to be moving at some point this next year. I'm selling all the, I have kept every camera and lens I've ever bought. I could sell and pay for that camera in a heartbeat. So it's not, I'm just like really trading up. I'm not really just unloading cash and buying shit. I mean, I don't even know why the fuck I'm trying to justify buying something to you guys, but I guess in a sense I feel a little self-conscious about the fact that this guy Lowe just said, oh, you're rich, that's why. No, I know you didn't mean it in a bad way. You'll buy everything? Hook a brother up? Yo, Lowe, I fuck with you, bro. And I'll give you a small discount on some of these things. You want to come take a look? Come check. Come see what I got, brother. Come to my yard sale.
That's what she gets.
Will the camera be a write-off? Yes, sir. Exactly that.